Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Sunday morning show right here on the Hardcore Sports Network. I'm here with my guy James from Steelers by the Lake podcast. There's just one big story that's going on in the NFL right now, and I'm sure you're tired of hearing about him, aren't you? I'm
Oh
pretty sure
God,
you.
yeah. Old man Rodgers, right? Is that where we're going to start the show? Oh,
Yeah, pretty much. Just to get it out of the way, because
yeah,
honestly, I'm getting sick and tired of this. Like, really, can he just retire already,
yeah.
please?
I feel
Uh,
like that's where we should be leaning, honestly, at this point. Like, would the Giants be happy to have him at this stage above Jameis Winston? Of course. Would the Steelers be happy to have him above Mason Rudolph? Of course. But that's just because they don't have any other options anymore. Everybody else is gone.
yeah. Like I said last week, what do the Giants have for Aaron Rodgers? It's like neighbors. That's it.
Yeah,
Like
neighbors. Yeah,
I'm getting sick and tired of it. I'm sure the whole NFL world is just like, once that domino falls, you'll be like, we're done. It's just like we are
yeah,
done. We don't have to pay attention to him anymore. But
yeah. Yeah, I
all
mean,
the
he came to
sport,
Pittsburgh on a visit the other day and was there for 6 hours and left with no contract.
that
So
is crazy. 6 hours
yeah,
and no contract at all.
that
That is
that
crazy.
tells you, man, like they're pretty far apart as far as the contract, or he just really wants to soak up the limelight as long as he possibly can.
Yeah.
And I really don't think he has much desire to go to New York, honestly. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It is honestly crazy what this whole thing, what was going through your mind for the whole 6 hours that he was there? You were just like praying, like, no, no, no.
In the end, I feel like you could do worse than Aaron Rodgers. I'm just not excited about the prospect because I feel like what he's put on tape the last few years just isn't that good. So is it better than what Pittsburgh's been marching out there? I don't know. I don't know if it's any better than what Russell Wilson was last year. Russ went through some stretches where he was pretty good. But
Yeah.
the way he finished up the season was awful, and Aaron finished up the season pretty well. So I mean, it's easy to do when you got nothing on the line. You know, the only thing Rodgers was playing for at the end of the season was his next contract with somebody else, and he knew it.
Yeah. So, and then Russell Wilson is still not on the team. He's still not
Mm-hmm.
there. So he still has a shot to be on the roster, not like Rodgers. I think Rodgers is done, but Russell Wilson, he's a mobile running back. He's not running back. Oh my god, I'm so tired right now. Quarterback. He's
Yeah.
a mobile quarterback that can still make some damage. Do you see him coming back to the Steelers at all?
I don't. At this stage, he's like the scorned ex-girlfriend that you dumped her and tried to go with a hotter girl, and
Yeah.
then tried to go back to her when the hot girl said no.
Yeah.
And that's a real bad situation for Pittsburgh. It's something they should have never thought about doing in the first place. Um, but
Right.
yeah, you made your bed. Now you got to live in it. So that's the way that works. You know, they prioritized Fields, and the rumor is that because of their interest in Rodgers, that's one of the reasons that Fields chose to go to the Jets. And then they offered a contract to Darnold. Obviously, Darnold chose to go a different direction as well. Now they offered a contract to Aaron Rodgers, and at a certain point in time, if you're Russell Wilson, you got to look at it and say, really? I'm not even
Yeah.
your third choice. Do
And
you really want to play for a team when you're not even the third choice? So,
and
yeah, I get it.
actually, shout out to Vic. He was the guy I told you about before we went live with the
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers that he wanted. The rumor had that him wanted to go to the Vikings. Then why don't you come up with the deal already? Like
yeah,
I just don't understand it. But I feel so bad for JJ McCarthy because Michigan fan. I want him to get a sign after being out the entire year last year. They should run it with him, see what he can do with Jefferson, Addison, and just that whole team in general. I just want to see that. I don't want to see Rodgers follow Brett Favre's footsteps. I don't.
yeah. Yeah, at a certain point in time, you have to look at it and say, really, bro, can't you have your own ideas?
Right.
We've seen this story before already. I get it. I get it. You idolize them. You want to do better than them, whatever. Like, take your own path to finish out your career, man.
I just don't. I just don't know. It's just like, when is the draft? The draft is what? Couple weeks away?
The third week of April, like the 21st and 22nd and stuff, I believe.
Oh, it's the week
Yeah,
after
we're like a
WrestleMania.
month away.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. The time's
the
going by so fast.
the
Oh
24th
wow.
is day one of the draft, so almost exactly a
Yeah.
month.
You know what? Let's just done talking about Rodgers. Let's just do a mock draft, man. What website do
Hell
you use?
yeah.
Like, what website do you use?
I think it's Pro Football Focus I'm using on that. Let me double check. Uh, Pro
Let's
Football Network, PFN.
gotcha. Pro Football. Is that the one with trades or no?
It does have trades. It'll offer you trades as you do it, and you can do counter proposals and all kinds of stuff.
Okay, let me share the screen here because this is my first one. I haven't done any yet, honestly.
They're a blast,
Uh,
man. I think it's fun. Um, it depends. Each site is a little different on who they expect to go where. So you might
yeah.
have a guy that's available in the third round that you've seen mock drafts of them going in the first round. So that's always kind of like, okay, I don't really know. But I really enjoy them personally.
Yeah, I do too. I've done them a lot last year. It's just like, but this year we're getting it's a hard time with the hard. It's not a hard time, but it's just like a big important time. I'm getting members as they're coming in left and right, so I've been focused on that. I actually got
Yeah.
a meeting today at 1 o'clock with the Miami Dolphins guy. So there's a Dolphins guy that's pretty much going to join the network, and yeah, I found one. I still can't believe I found a Dolphins guy. Uh my my buddy was like, Mitch, you need a Browns guy now. I'm like, no. You know how much harder that's gonna be? He's like, yeah, I know. That's why. I'm like, all right, I'll take a look. Enter Taylor. All right. So it's already done it. Oh shoot. Okay, that
Yep.
was
So
quick.
it'll simulate all the picks that are not Steelers or Eagles, since we have chosen those teams. Obviously, we want to represent them.
Right, right. When do you guys have a pick? Oh,
21.
there you go. Let's actually. Oh, we got 3 offers already. See, I'm not used to this.
So obviously, I would reject the first one. I don't want anything that would move me that far back. Second one, same idea. That's too far into the second round for me.
Okay, and then
And
reject this
then,
one too.
actually, now we're talking, man. Um, I'll tell
Okay.
you what. Hide this for right now, and I want to see who's available.
How do I
But
do
there's
that?
a
Oh,
chance
just
I
click.
would take this. Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
just do that. And then we can see how trade offers green. We can still jump back into that if we needed to. Um,
oh, okay. See, this is
yeah.
different than the one I've used. So,
So
okay.
for me, for
Uh,
Pittsburgh's needs, there's a glaring hole on the defensive line, and one of my favorite prospects in this that fits very well for Pittsburgh as a 3-4 defensive end who can kick inside and rush in nickel situations is
yeah.
Derek Carmen. And there he is sitting there right at their valuation of number 20 available for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. Um, I think if he's available, they should run the card in.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't care about the extra assets. I think Pittsburgh should consider that if their top guys are not available at 21. If you can trade back a few spots and acquire an extra pick because they no
Yeah.
longer have that second round pick for acquiring DK Metcalf. But in this situation, I'm all in on Derek Harmon.
Okay. So is that where you want to go? You don't want to go back here.
Yep, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm going to draft Derek Harmon and start him right away, and the defensive line gets the massive upgrade that they need.
I'm just so glad you did not go with the Ohio State guy because I would have been so mad. I would have been so mad if you went that way. But here we go. Boom. All right. Now I got a little bit to go. Now for the Eagles at some point, obviously they like to stack the offensive line with depth. That is the first thing that they always do. Second up, like obviously stack the defensive line. We can always go edge and stuff. And obviously, you know how Howie Roseman does it. Like he can always trade back. He can always trade up and get that guy that nobody's really expecting and then turn him into something. So for me, I'm not a big fan of trades in this because I haven't done any yet. So I'm going to reject both of them as of right now because I don't know much of anything, to be honest. So, okay. So Ohio State, I'll see you later. Oh, it's back to back. Ohio State. Oh my God. You know who I'm going to
So
go with? What?
I was going to say you can sort this by offense and defense, and then by position as well if you need to narrow down to specific targets.
Yeah. Let me just go like that real quick. There we go. Uh, I'm actually gonna, because Milton Williams is gone. He went to
Uh-huh.
not Pittsburgh. He went to New
Patriots.
England. He went to New
Mm-hmm.
England. Thank you. So I'm gonna actually grab my guy Kenneth Grant from Michigan, defensive tackle. We need, someone to just stack the defensive line, which I love. And I was gonna go with the offensive line to replace my God, Becton. I was gonna replace him, but there's a missing guy right there. Gimme. Like, I
I,
just hate. Yeah.
I love
Uh,
that pick, honestly. If Pittsburgh can't get Derek Harmon, Kenneth Grant's who I want. I think they could take him and then just skip Keanu Benton right out to defensive end and start Kenneth Grant at nose tackle day one. But what an awesome player, huh? I will never forget him running down a Penn State running back from behind 2 years ago in a game. I just
yeah.
thought, who in the hell is this huge man and how is he that fast?
Right. Right. I just love watching these guys from Michigan, and then just seeing that. David, make sure you subscribe to oh my God, Felix by the Lake podcast. Make sure you subscribe to them. They're so close to 100. There's the link. So let's go back here. Who's up here? Me again?
This should
Yep.
be you guys. Yep.
Yeah. Again, like I said before, I'm just gonna reject them both. Uh, we're gonna go with offensive line here. Oh, Jackson Dart is still available. Is that is that really accurate? You think? Because I thought he
uh,
would be like gone a little bit earlier.
I think he goes earlier than this, but I see it a lot in mock drafts where he's still available in the second and third round. I think it's just difficult for simulators to prioritize the
Yeah.
need that certain teams have at quarterback.
Hey, Ref, how's it going, man? How's it going? Make sure you subscribe to Felix by the Lake podcast. The link is right there in the chat. Make sure you do that. Where are the needs here? Where does it say needs on the top here?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Because I thought I just saw it. Oh, there it is. Edge, offensive guard, cornerback, obvious. Cornerback, really? Yeah, I guess so because Slay is gone. Defensive
Yeah.
tackle and offensive tackle. We're gonna go to corner. Here's the thing with cornerbacks though. It's just like I think we're pretty much fine. We can always stack the room, but we do have Quinion Mitchell, we have Eli Ricks, and we still got Cooper DeJean. So I feel like we're pretty much fine in that aspect. But with the edge, that's always like a need, especially with Josh Sweat is gone. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go edge. How do I go to a specific
If you
position?
go click on defense above that where it says all offense and defense, click defense. There you go. And then you can go to edge.
Got you. Okay. All
And you can
right.
try to find a guy who fits your scheme correctly.
I think I found one. Another Michigan guy. It's not my fault. They're right there.
There's no bias involved here at all, guys. None.
There's really none. There's none at all. Hey, there we go. Another Michigan guy. Shout out to Michigan, man. They're actually advanced in the NCAA tournament. They play against on Friday against Auburn in the March Madness. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Do you have a school in March Madness? Do you pay attention to that or not really?
Oh, I just don't follow college basketball as much. Yeah, I'll reject that trade. I'm not looking to acquire assets in future drafts and a mock draft.
And then this one
That doesn't
too.
do anything for me. Yeah. Yeah, anytime they offer future picks, I really don't care about that.
Jackson Dart
Right.
is still available.
Yeah, which, I mean, for Pittsburgh should be kind of tempting if they
Right,
view
that's what I
him.
was thinking. That's what
Yeah,
I was
if
thinking.
they view
Right?
him as a guy that could be a possible starter, to be able to get him in the third round would be a real value. I'd like
Yeah.
to see the cornerback room, if you don't mind bringing that up.
All right.
defense, and then corners. I just want to see who's available there. So one that would make sense to me as a possible future number two is Dorian Strong.
Oh,
Dorian's
really?
yeah, he's a good quality number two guy. He's got the height, a 4.5 40, so he's not fast, but he's not slow either. Put up
Yeah.
17 reps on the bench, which is really impressive for a 180-pound corner. So
Oh,
he's
wow.
somebody I would consider in this situation. I'd also like to see the running back room if you could bring that up.
All
Let
right.
me see who's
Here
available on the
we
running
go.
backs.
Here we go.
Giddens, Basil Tootin. Tootin is a freaking specimen, man. So that's a real tempting one too. Um,
Yeah.
so then it becomes to me, what's the biggest need for the team um, versus the value available? And I think,
Quarterback.
yeah, that's what I have to come back to is that Jackson Dart is available and as a third round pick. I think you could do way worse. I think worst case scenario, he's Mason Rudolph, and you have like a solid quarterback who would be a high quality number two. And I think you have to take a shot at that with where they're at, with him available in the third round. So I say you take Jackson Dart at this point.
All right. I can't believe how is Will Howard? Right. I thought Will Howard would be up earlier, but thank God
Yeah,
he's still there.
most of what I see on him is that he's like in that third to fifth round projection.
Oh, okay. So, boom. There we go. So I think I'm up again. Oh, wow. How many picks do we have? I know I know we
It
have
just seems like a lot because we didn't have a second round pick. That's all.
because I know we have like 20 picks in the next like two like we have so many picks right now. Reject. There we go. All right, I already got my edge, right? Where do I find out who oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. No, wait, that's yours. Let's go here. Okay, so I already got defensive tackle and edge. So
Mm-hmm.
the next up, let's go to huh. Let's gonna go to offensive tackle real quick here. No missing guy anywhere. So there we go. Uh Give me your thoughts about Johnny Cornelius. What about him?
I don't have much information for you on him, to be honest with you. Not a prospect I have a lot of history on. So
Okay,
um,
that's fair.
they do
That's
give
fair.
you a little bit of a write up on him if you click on them.
Uh,
They tell you a little bit of info on height, weight, and if there's more available info, they've got it.
310 pounds for 6'4", and he's athletic. Oh wow, that's kind of scary. I don't want to be up next to him at all. I'm pretty much good there. And honestly, I think I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna take him because I always love athletic guys to attack the quarterback, and
Yeah.
especially when we got Ojolari on the one side now, and then we got like, oh, that's another quarterback we just got. We just got the guy from the Giants, Adoree Jackson. Yeah, we just got
Oh,
him
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, you don't need
So
corner.
yeah, we don't need corner, so that's why I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm always a fan of athletic guys on the defensive side of the ball. All
And
right.
that was offensive tackle, I believe.
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
Cornelius. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, whoops, my bad. I thought it was the defensive side ball. Whoops.
No,
Well,
it
I'm
makes
fine with
sense.
that. Yeah, I'm fine with athletic offensive linemen.
Mhm.
Either
Well,
way, I
and
can go.
you guys like that's one of the things that built the Eagles to the team that they are right now is
Yeah,
having such good depth on offense and defense. As you end up with possibly Tyler Steen or one of the other guys moving into the starting role, it's a very Eagles thing to do to reload the room.
yeah. All right, you're up here. So where do you want to go?
All right, so I'm
No trades
surprised to
here.
see Basil Tootin still available. That could be a possible scenario for me. I would like to see the corner room again and see who's available there.
All right, let's go
Um,
here.
Noel Williams is somebody that they brought in for a pre-draft visit, but it's a little early for him, so I
Oh,
don't think
really?
I'll go that direction. What about D tackle? Maybe I'll double dip if somebody fell.
Give me 1 second here. I was on a different tab.
You're good. You're good.
There we go. There we go.
Cross Caldwell, Piggies. I could see Piggies later on. They did bring him in. Yeah, we'll pass on that. Maybe offense, like wide receiver and running back. Let's
So
see if
let's
there's
go to
anybody jumps
running
out at
back
me in either one of
first.
them.
Let's go to running back first.
I like Tootin over Giddens. Just like absolutely incredibly. He's like a 4'3", 240 dude, and he's built like a tank. He's not huge. He's like 202, but a very, very explosive guy. But
Yeah. As you're trying to figure out a player, David comes in. Mitch, where is Rodgers going? We just spent the whole like 10 minutes talking about him.
yep,
Nowhere. I think he's done. I honestly
possible
think he's
retirement.
done.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's looking at the offers, and neither one of them is enough money for him to want to take it.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to announce his retirement on Pat McAfee. I'm just
Yeah.
waiting for that to happen. And he'd be like, ha ha. So now we would just be like, thank God. All right. So let's go back
So
here. Who are you going to take?
let's see what's available at wide receiver. I'm just curious if there's
All right.
anybody there that might jump out at me.
There we go.
Felton, Thornton, Bryant. Yeah, I think I'll just go back to running back and take Basil Tootin in this situation. He's a guy that would be competing with Jalen Warren right out of the gate. And might even be able to steal the starting job from him, but extremely athletic dude. Very agile, very fast, and just well put together. You see him, and he looks like he'd probably be a lot heavier than he is because of how compact and how well built he is.
Yeah. He had 9 fumbles over the last 2 seasons on fewer than 400 touches.
Which
Wow.
is scary. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's scary, but I'll take a chance on the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff being able to get that under control for him, and there possibly being some sort of just not holding the ball correctly, not having it cradled correctly, not having the right points of contact, something like that.
Yeah. All right. So 2 in. There we go. And then what route? All right. Let's go to all real quick here. Um. All right. Of course, after the Giants. Who knew? Um. Let's see here. What are the needs now? We don't need a cornerback. That's the thing, though. That is obviously the thing. We don't need cornerbacks. We could go safety because Gardner Johnson is gone. So
Yeah.
let's go here and see here. Give me your who's the best guy out of these 6, you think?
I saw Sebastian Castro in, I want to say he was in the East West Shrine Bowl, and he was kind of all over the place, making some really nice hits and showing good ball skills. So I really liked what I saw out of him. So I don't think he'd be a bad option at all. Malachi Moore and RJ Mickens, I'm not as familiar with, but Castro was somebody that really jumped out at me in that All Star game, which is a really good indicator for guys a lot of times when that competition level ramps up. If you play well in those games, I think that's a good sign for how you translate.
Yeah. And it says here that he's hold on. Verse he can go in multiple roles, so that's what I
Mm-hmm.
like. Because with Cooper DeJean, he's comfortable in multiple roles, so I feel like
Yeah,
that will
and
add.
yeah, you could even play him in the slot and allow Cooper to stay on the outside in those nickel situations. So
Yeah, yeah, that's who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Cash. That was his name, right? I just want to keep
yeah,
that was Cash.
yep,
Okay.
yeah, Sebastian Castro.
All right. I think that's it, right? I think that's it. Yep. All right. It got. Does it give you the grades or no?
I've never looked for a grade on it, to be honest with you.
I'm actually curious. What is the dashboard? Oh, okay. You gotta have an account for that. All right.
Fair.
Uh, yeah, they don't have. Um, yeah, no grades on this website. I'll take it because the grades tell you if you're either smart or stupid. So I'm
Yep, and
going
that's all
with
for a lot of those sites too. That's all. What position did you draft the guy versus what did they project him at? So they don't really care about scheme fit or anything like that.
So if I click restart, it does the whole draft again, or is it
Yeah, I
like
would start it all over again.
All right, we'll do this one more time. So let's go here.
All right.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go 5 rounds this time, and then we're
Sounds
gonna
good.
go boom, boom. Maybe next week we'll do. Oh, we should have done. Oh my God, how fast does it go when it's in fast?
It's just faster in between, but I mean, normal speed. You saw it goes pretty quickly in between the picks.
It does. I'm just gonna stick with normal. Maybe next
Yeah,
week we'll do up 7. All right,
yeah. To me, it
Ward is the
goes
first
so
one.
fast that if you're on the normal speed, you can actually see the picks and read who they are.
Yeah, I see it. I wanted. There was a missing guy that would take second. Uh, damn, I'm trying to figure that out now. Who that was? I'll just wait. All right, you're up.
All right,
No, no
that
trade.
is. I'm going to reject that one. That's too far back for me. Pick 31, on the other hand, is a little more interesting
Okay.
because that moves my third round pick into the late second.
Okay. You want me
And
to
I
go
don't really
next?
care about the other pick, but that still
Don't
keep
really
me in
care.
front of your Eagles, which would allow me to take a defensive lineman if he was there from Michigan. Um,
Yeah, there you go. I see what you're doing.
so that's a possibility. Let me see the next one. Let's not reject this one yet. I might take it. And definitely reject that one. I'm not looking to move that far back. You know what? Let's just reject this one too, and I'll just find somebody.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with that too much there. So I
So
don't want to do it the same way as last time. I want to do something different,
that's
just
what I
to
was
kind
gonna
of
do.
mix things up a little bit. And
Wow.
a name that is rising up the boards that is
Travis Hunter went
available.
5. He
Five.
he went 5.
There's no way he lasts to five. There's just no way.
Hey, my guy went second. I don't think that's possible at all.
No,
Uh,
no, no. He's a lot of people have him going top five though.
yeah, but the Browns need everything. So
They
I'm
do.
just like I
Yeah, they have holes everywhere. They're Swiss cheese, man.
yeah. Where did that tight end go? Oh, there's that cornerback right there. Tyler Warren went to the Cowboys. Bro, like what? They already have
Like,
the Michigan tight end.
there's your next Jason Witten, I guess, for them.
Yeah. All right. Where
All
you
right,
going here?
so I'm going to go different from the last one because I think it would be very boring to do the same thing. And I'm going to take one of the biggest freak athletes in this entire draft and revamp the secondary in Nick Eamon. Nick ran in the 4.3s. He's like a 6'3", 230-pound safety who's incredibly fast and explosive, and immediately transforms that secondary with an incredible athlete. And now you've got a building piece for the future that is just an absolute freak. Now, so I'm
Uh,
going to take a safety in the first round. That's right. He got a 10 on an RAS score, which is a perfect score on his athleticism.
what does RS stand for?
Relative athletic score. So
Okay, so he's a perfect 10.
yeah, it literally combines. It takes your height and weight into account and your position into account, and then takes your 40-yard dash, your broad jump, your vertical jump, your shuttle runs, all that stuff combines it into a score. And the higher you grade out, I mean, a 230-pound safety doesn't run in the 4.3s. That's not a thing. Um,
Alright, so
but this would give them the most athletic freak linebacker since Troy Polamalu. And I love the thought of somebody like that in the black and gold again. So Nick Eamon would be my first round pick this time around.
I gotta ask you, does he have long hair like Joey Palmalu?
No.
Damn, I wanted that.
Wouldn't that be awesome though?
Yes. Alright, so here we go. For me, I'm gonna go a different route as well. Oh, damn it! The Jaguars took my tight end.
That'd be a heck of a pick for you guys though.
I know. I know, because Dallas Goddard's gonna be gone. He's gonna be traded. Uh yeah, that's way too far back in my liking. Even though
No
Howie
way.
Rogan would like No. Eject.
Yeah, no way.
No. Why do you give us bad trades? What have I done to deserve that? Let's see here. I'm not gonna go defensive tackle here. I'm gonna pretty much let's go with the offensive line. Let's see that real quick. Let's go with here. Any offensive linemen that stand out to you?
There was a lot of talk of Connerly early on being a first round guy, so I'm surprised to see him with a 46 grade there as far as projection. So definitely a talented guy there. Um,
Okay.
or Monty Ursery, I've heard a lot of good about him as well. So I think you've got some real nice options there for guys that would be possible future starting tackles for you guys.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Josh Connerly here. What was his score was almost a 9. I mean,
Yeah,
can't
that's
ask
incredible
for
for a lineman.
yeah, I'll take that as well. Boom. All right. So all right, there goes that. There goes that. I forget where's the draft again? I always forget where it is.
I want to say this year, I think it's in Green Bay.
Damn. Why out of every place is in Wisconsin? Damn. Yeah. You
And in
plan on
April,
going
it could still be really cold there.
you planning on going to a draft anytime soon?
I'm definitely considering going next year because it's going to be in Pittsburgh next year.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. So,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, Pittsburgh's got it next year, and that's very tempting, especially the way they loaded up, like the way they did the offseason. They intentionally took guys that wouldn't impact the compensatory formula in a negative manner for next season. And right now, they're projected to get an extra third, fourth, fifth, and sixth round pick into the compensatory formula for next year's draft. And
um,
that makes a lot of sense with the need at quarterback to trade up and acquire a quarterback in the first round. So I think it's really kind of the signs are there that they might make a big move next year in the draft with all those extra assets to try to move up and get their quarterback in the future while the draft is in Pittsburgh, which would really be an incredible thing.
yeah. So you know anything about Princely? Oh, Prince. Yeah, I said that right. Princely.
Yeah, yeah, you said it right for sure. I mean, I've heard some good about him. So I haven't done a ton of homework on the edge class this year just because I don't expect Pittsburgh to go that direction.
Right.
So I don't have as much on him as I might on some of the other
Uh,
guys earlier on in the
I
draft.
yeah, we don't need offensive. I mean, we don't need a wide receiver at all. I think that's one of our best positions, honestly. I'm gonna go edge here. I think edge. I just went with defensive tackle. Definitely not with this running back. Nah, I'm good. Let's see. Oh my God, how many Ohio State running backs are there? Two?
Yes. And both highly thought of.
Oh wow. Yeah, not for me. Was I went defense obviously, so I'm gonna go offense here. Why does it keep on saying cornerback? That's just like the off. Like that is just weird. We don't need one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're looking as a backup quarterback with picking out of the room now. Maybe they're thinking they need somebody else to back them up.
Yeah. So I did go there. We're gonna go defensive tackle here. Do you
I'll
know
tell you
any?
what, of all those guys, the first couple are guys that are really good, in my opinion. TJ Sanders is a very versatile dude, can play inside and outside, has a real nasty bull rush, and
Oh,
some good length for a guy that's not super tall, too. So that would be a nice option for you guys. Darius Alexander, the one behind him, a little bit older prospect, but great combination of size, length, and speed. I think either one would be an awesome addition to the depth of that defensive line unit, and both would be future starters, in my opinion.
so who went number one in this mock draft? This one, as you can see here, for Jane. Oh my God, my picks here. Damn, my picks. So as James went with the safety out of South Carolina. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that last name.
Mickey
I'm not.
Malloy.
And then for me, I went with Josh Connolly Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon. And then now I'm gonna go with T.J. Sanders, a defensive tackle out of South Carolina. So there we go. We're gonna go here. And then, by the way, you're at 94 subscribers. You just gained two.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you,
Thank you so
guys.
much, guys. I appreciate it.
Appreciate that, guys. They have a video coming out today, so hopefully, knowing
Yeah.
me.
Yep. With our third mock draft of the season already.
Third, yeah. See, this is my first. All right. So, any trades here?
Going back, that's not too far back to gain an extra pick.
Right.
139. We're doing the first 5.
You want to see the next one?
That takes me out of. Yeah, let's see the next one just to see if it's any better. But that's a pretty decent offer. Oh, that's pointless.
Right? I'm just like, wait a minute.
I'll tell you what, since this allows for an additional pick in this mock, I'll actually accept this.
All
Be
right.
moving back 14 slots and gaining what I think would be an additional 5th round pick, probably 139. Maybe that's a late 4th. I'm not sure. But
There we go.
yeah,
All
we'll take
right.
the extra ammunition to rebuild the room.
Yeah, Vic likes that. Vic, have you done your own mock draft yet? He's a huge Steelers fan. So I'm
Nice.
just wondering if Vic's done his own. He probably has, knowing Vic. All right, so for me here, pick 96 for. You see, I'm not really
182 is 182 a 6th round pick though, because then you wouldn't even get to use it.
right.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
get Tennessee's pick and pick 101. So basically, I'll move back 5,
and you won't be able to use it because it's a future pick.
Yeah. So, all right. So for me here, what's the next up? So my picks here. Let's go here. All right. I'm gonna go. Edge. I'm going edge here, and then I'm gonna. This guy has a funny name. I can't pronounce it, but he has a funny name. You know anything about him, or? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got me on this one. We're getting into the depth of this edge class where I haven't heard a lot about a lot of these guys.
Yep. How many drafts have you done, Vic? How many have you done, man? Let me know. I'm actually curious here. And then I'm gonna stick with edge. No. Give me safety. What am I saying?
Oh, there you go. Kevin Winston's a pretty solid safety out of
I
Penn
was just
State.
about.
Surprising to see him there.
It bothers me with Michigan, Penn State. It bothers the hell out of me. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with him just to move on. All right,
that's a really good player.
Yeah. All right, you got more trades here.
Yeah, we're going to reject that. I'm not looking to move down and only gain future picks. And same there. We'll reject that as well.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So I didn't get a defensive lineman early on, which means I really need to see what's available there in the defensive line room. Omar Norman Lott and Josh Farmer. Okay. I actually, of the two of them, think that Josh Farmer's probably a better fit for the Pittsburgh system and could play some defensive end. When you're looking for a height, weight, length kind of guys, Farmer's got great length in addition to that 6'3", 305-pound frame. So I'm gonna go that direction and take Josh Farmer here as a possible future starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers as a base defensive end who can kick inside in pass rush situations.
All right, so there we go, and then we still got a little bit to go, and I think I'm next. Oh wait, you're next. You got another pick coming up.
Yeah, I think that's the natural one, and the one I just got was the one I traded for, maybe, or maybe this is the one.
Let's see here. I'm on another tab. Oh wow, the Cowboys took Will Howard. What did that tell you? All right. So I think you're up, right? Oh, wait. Yeah, you're up. Who are you taking
All
here?
right. Let's check out the corner room. I want to see what we've got available there. If there's anybody that I could do. Oh, Kobe Bryant's not an awful option there.
Oh, there's a Kobe
Um,
Bryant here.
yeah, there's another Kobe Bryant.
There's
I
always
gotta
been
love
like
that,
a
right?
Kobe Bryant in some
Yeah,
draft. There's always a
absolutely.
Kobe Bryant somehow.
Let's check the running back room as well and see if maybe there's somebody there that I might like for a possible starter.
Let's see.
Sampson, Harvey, Martinez. Gordon's a big thumper, which would be a typical Steelers pick, but I think they're going to go a different direction this year and try to get somebody with some speed instead. So I'm not going to do that. What about quarterback? Maybe there's a quarterback here that I might like.
Quarter or you
Quarter,
said
yeah.
quarterback? Quarter.
Yes.
All right. There we
Oh,
go.
there we go. There we go. Tyler Shock available there. He's been somebody that's really kind of risen the boards as far as what people are looking for. He's an older prospect, had a lot of injuries as well, but really his play on the field has been pretty impressive. So I think in this draft, that's the way we'll go for the Steelers is take Tyler Shock and hope that we can develop him into the future starting quarterback for the Steelers.
There you go. How long do you have you? I mean, do you guys have Mason Rudolph for? Is it 2 years?
It's a 2-year deal, yeah. Yep. So I think the plan there will be for him to be the bridge this year and then the backup quarterback to the rookie next year.
All right. So I went offensive tackle, defensive tackle, safety. Let's go. Hmm. I'm gonna. There, I went there. Let's go edge this time. Let's go edge here. Huh. I heard good things about Jack Sawyer. Very good things about him, but again, I can't do that. But I just can't do that, man. I just can't. So, you know anything about these guys or not really?
I want to say Savion Jones was somebody that I liked from one of the All Star games.
Yeah.
Pull him up. I want to say that he was a bigger dude too, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
6'5", 280.
Yeah, with good length and pretty good athleticism too. I thought he really popped in the Senior Bowl. I thought he looked really good, and I haven't heard much hype about him. So I don't know. He's somebody that I had in mind as a possible target as a late round dude for Pittsburgh because of that size and the length. So I think you could do a lot worse than having somebody like Savion Jones in that room.
All right. I wonder why it says NA for RS score. I wonder why.
That means he didn't do any of the drills at the combine, so they don't have any numbers to throw in there for the RAS.
Oh. Was he like injured or something? Or they just
A
like.
lot of guys, the way they do it is they either bulk up for the combine and only bench and then don't do the drills, or they trim down and do the drills but don't bench. It looks like he benched there, so my guess is that he didn't like what he was going to test in his 40-yard dash. So he got 19 reps on the bench, a 33-inch vertical, which is really good for a 280-pound dude, and a 9'11" broad jump, which is also very good for a guy that's 280 pounds. But
Yeah.
my guess is he knew what his 40-yard dash was going to be, didn't like it, and wanted to do better. So he just didn't run it, and he's saving it for his pro day to get a better number on the board.
All right. I'm going to go with Savion Jones here. Let's just go there. And then let's see here. Wait. Oh, you're up. That was quick.
It was like right after you somehow.
That was really quick. What the? All right. Who you going here? Who you going here?
Okay. I think it's an appropriate time for me to take a hard look at this running back room.
All right.
And,
Let's go. Offense, running back.
and I'm actually not going to go top guy on the list. I'm going to take an extremely athletic R.J. Harvey. He ran a 4.40 40-yard dash. An awesome jumps too. Really athletic dude. I think Pittsburgh's looking for an explosive, fast guy.
Yeah.
And that really fits the bill. So anybody that runs a 4.40 at running back at 205 pounds, and 205 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but when it's on a 5'8" frame, that's a compact dude. I'm in. I think he'd be a lot of fun to watch in the black and gold this year.
All right, let's go there. And guys, I've been thinking maybe next week it'll be me and James and two other guys from the network, and we'll just do a 7-round mock draft for the next week's episode of Sunday Morning Show. Unless Aaron Rodgers does not go to it. If he goes to a team, we'll talk about that. But if
Yeah.
not, we'll do a 7-round mock draft. I think that'll be pretty cool. We'll get one representative from each team here. So maybe next week we'll do something like that. So you're back up here. What are you looking for here? Is there a
All
way
right.
you can propose trades here too? I did not know that.
Yeah. I haven't really messed with proposing trades per se,
Right.
but definitely could be an option. Um, what about the corner? I don't think I've taken a corner in this draft, have I?
Let's see here.
I don't believe I've gone that direction
No,
yet.
no, you went safety, defensive tackle, quarterback, then running back.
Okay, so who's available in the corner room?
Let's see here.
Tommy Hill, Muhammad, Noel Williams, and I think Noel Williams was somebody they brought in.
Yeah.
So he might not be a bad option. What about Tommy Hill? I'm just looking some stuff up here on these dudes real quick to see what they fit as far as their stereotypical guys. I'll tell you what,
What?
I'm going to go the direction of Tommy Hill, and I'm going to do it because of the size and length. So Tommy is a 6 foot and 1.5, 213-pound corner, but 32 and 7/8 inch long on the arms is incredible length.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing for what Pittsburgh's looking for. So a bigger physical dude. Worst case scenario, maybe you have to switch him to safety. That's a great size for a safety too. But I think that would be a real nice piece to add to the room to try to develop as a possible future starter.
All right, so we're gonna go take Tommy Hill here. Every time when I think of Tommy Hill, I think of Tommy Hilfiger. Every time. Can you imagine growing up with the name Tommy Hill? And then you got Tommy Hill. Oh my God. I can't even imagine that. All right. So where did I go? I went offensive tackle, defensive tackle, safety, edge. Let's go linebacker next. You know anything about these guys? Not Cody Simon. No. I'm sorry. No.
He's out.
He's automatically out. Can you imagine if you're like a general manager and you're like and you hate a certain school, you would never pick a guy from that school, and then he just like blows up out of nowhere? Like,
Yeah,
well,
that'd be a tough thing, man.
yeah. All right.
Well, I'll tell you what. I just real quick looked at Bassa just because he's the top guy available there to give you a little bit of insight on his combine performance. At 6'1", 232 pounds, he ran a 4.63 40, which is pretty good. 21 reps on the bench, which is very good for a linebacker that size. A 38.5-inch vertical jump and a 9'10" broad is very explosive, so that should be very good short area acceleration. I think you could do a ton worse than a guy like that.
All right.
Worst case scenario, he'd probably be a stud on special teams on kick coverage and punt coverage.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go here right now. And now Vic is doing a bunch of Steeler mock drafts, and now it's like all over the Discord. Posting all his mock drafts. Especially this trade right here. He got 3 trade offers, and he would give up his pick to the Green Bay Packers for the first for 5 picks. Okay.
Whew.
All right, that's what Green Bay wants to do. Oh, I get back-to-back picks here. I forgot about that. Hey. Maybe next week I'll do trades next week. I didn't get no one proposed me a trade for this pick, so.
Yeah, it's starting to get later on in the draft. That's not uncommon.
Yeah. Right. So my pick, what did I went safety, defensive tackle, quarterback, running back, corner. Let's just go to the best available here. Uh, oh my god, I can't even speak here. What's your thoughts about Wendig? You know anything about?
I'm unfamiliar with his game, to be honest with you. Let's
Uh,
see if he was a combine invite. I'm not sure.
yeah, and
Doesn't look
Vic,
like he was invited to the combine, so I got nothing
yeah,
on this. Oh
Vic
wow,
got a first, second, third, fourth, and sixth.
Jesus.
These websites are broken. These websites are broken. Yeah,
That's a
Vic,
hell of a haul.
you keep on doing that. Make sure you draft a quarterback. Um, all right. So I'm just going for the best available here because honestly, you know what? Let's go tight end here. I'm actually curious here because we're obviously going to create Goddard. We did pick up a couple tight ends, but I feel like they're more depth sides. So, huh. I'm pretty much. I think I'm gonna go Mitchell Evans because I think you
Yeah.
know here why. But yeah, I'm gonna go Mitchell Evans here. Just he
Tough
has
to
a.
go wrong with a Notre Dame tight end.
It's not just that; it's the same name.
Yeah.
It's the same name. So, all right, he loves his sacked offensive. Huh? I think we're good at running backs. Like we got Saquon, Dillon, and Shipley. We're good there. Um, Edge, he's always good at sacking Edge, but you know what? I'm gonna pick Weddick here. Just he loves to sack offensive linemen. And then I get another pick? Ah, I'll take it. Wait, why? Oh, I'm getting these. Why am I getting notifications from CJ Gardner Johnson now? All right, I'll fix that later. So I'm just gonna pick up JJ, just picking the best available, and then
JJ was really exciting at the East West Shrine game. He's got an awesome background of playing offense and defense, a little bit of fullback, tight end, and had a one-handed interception in the Shrine game, which was pretty cool. It was a ball that was intended to be for like the running back, and he just stuck like one arm out there and picked it off with one hand. It was pretty neat.
mhm. All right. So I think you're. Oh wait, we're done. Oh wow. Okay.
There it is.
All right, guys. So there we have it for James. He picked a. I'm still not gonna pronounce that name. I'm just gonna go with safety from South Carolina. That trade actually worked out very well for you. Like you went back a little bit to pick up a defensive tackle, right? Or did you go back a little bit and pick the running back?
The running back there was the additional pick that I got, RJ Harvey there, so that worked out good. Uh, Definitely addressed an additional need for Pittsburgh um, with that additional pick there. So
Yeah. And then for me, I had 8 picks. I had
I
eight.
bet you a lot of those are compensatory picks.
Yeah,
164, 165, and 168. They look like they're all probably compensatory.
yeah. And again, I would not be surprised how we're gonna make a couple trades during the trade deadline. So I think that's definitely not the trade deadline draft.
Yeah,
I think that's what's gonna happen here. A lot of these teams only get 8 picks. They only get 8, maybe even less. So,
yeah,
and how we stacking the draft picks, I think we have 20 picks over the next 2 years or something like that, which is
that's awesome.
crazy. That is crazy. So, yeah, guys, tune in next week for a 7th round mock draft. I'll get 2 other people from the network, 2 different teams, and then we can just draft our teams. And I think that'll be pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
let the people know where they can find you, man.
Steelers by the Lake on YouTube, TikTok, Apple Podcast, Spotify, basically anywhere you find podcasts, you'll find us.
All right, and guys, I am done streaming for today. I had 3 streams yesterday, so it's just like for the rest of the day, I'm taking off. It's just kind of nice. Maybe I'll do some network stuff. But all right, guys. So catch you all next week. I'm gonna get some guys for a 4. I'm gonna figure out something. All right, guys. Catch you later. Peace.